Some people spend a lifetime trying to figure out their way around the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament, the prophets, the law, all the different things, the Gospels of Jesus. What if you could put the whole God story together in just 8 minutes? Well, here you go. Did it for you. I think you're going to find it helpful. Let me know.
In the expanse that exists outside of time, an interesting conversation unfolds. We will make them in our image, in our likeness. They will revere and honor us. We will give them authority over every creature on the earth. They will have offspring and live and enjoy their growing garden forever until the entire earth is filled with their generations. Michael and Gabriel nodded as they heard their sovereign's choices spoken into existence. They have seen it before, millennia after millennia. His intellect, his creativity, his heart, his sheer power are beyond even their belief. There is simply no describing the glory of the one speaking on the throne of light. At the Creator's right hand, the Son smiles and then looks over the churning deep into a future that only he and his Father could conceive or comprehend. His heart bursts with love for the one who is his infinite friend. There was nothing that he would not do to bless his Father. Absolutely nothing. And it all happened just as the living God had spoken. The creation was breathed into existence. Time means nothing to the Father of all living. The infinite galaxies are his playground, the imprint of life. The very building blocks of life are just the tip of the designer's mind, a mind that knows no limits. As the world is birthed, another angel looks on. Inside, he seethes with masked contempt for what is unfolding before his powerful eyes. He is one of only three, Gabriel, Michael, and himself. He is Lucifer, son of the morning. He is one of the three who covers. His beauty and power are eclipsed only by the two who are on the throne. Deep within his great heart, cancerous seeds are growing bitter roots. He will find a way. One day, his glory will bring him the throne that he so deeply deserves. What happened in the garden was terrible on a huge scale. Adam and Eve took the bait offered by the Lucifer serpent. No longer would they walk with the Father in the cool of the day. No longer would the master plan for cultivating the earth occur. Now access to the eternal tree in the garden would be denied to the sons of Adam. Life would yield pain and thorns and death. Animals died. Blood was shed. Coverings were made. As the deep dark moved over the souls of men, the Son set his face to do what needed to be done. Now his relationship with his eternal Father would exact a huge price. Sinless, holy, pure, and righteous God would now have to experience the unthinkable. He would now need to build a bridge back from death. If not, all of the sons of Adam would be eternally separated from their Creator. The cost to humanity had been incalculable. The four living creatures and the 24 elders around the throne lifted up their voices. As the innumerable angels joined in, the sound was so massively intense that it shook heaven like an earthquake. Now billions of eyes prepared to watch, pray, and engage in the war. Lucifer had claimed his kingdom. The living God would buy them back with his own blood. The time would come soon for the gift. Centuries of preparation began. The living Father created a people from one man to prepare the soil until the appointed day. He set his affection upon a man called Abraham and his wife Sarah. Through their descendants would come the human king, the deliverer of the souls of the sons of Adam. This people would see his glory, know his name, and show his life to the rest of the world. He gave them the God story to care for and give to the rest of the world. He sent them kings and prophets to tell them the truth about themselves and invite them to the bridge of light. As this nation grew, 2/3 of the angels led by Michael and Gabriel watched the affairs of men and fought the beginnings of the war with Lucifer. His power among men became great. The earth was his. His kingdom seethed with satisfaction. His glory was growing. His day was coming. 4,000 years mankind multiplied, nations were birthed, and men, women, and children were dying. The garden had become a death trap abyss. Each generation would find renewed opportunity to find light, and each generation rejected the light. And the cycle of life and death was only broken by men and women who found the living God and the bridge of light. When the final prophet had spoken his last words, heaven became silent for 400 years. Already the Father's hand had moved, and his Son had stepped forward. A chosen young Jewish woman was implanted with the seed of God. The Holy Spirit did his work. The sacrifice had to be brought into the world. Without God's blood, the sons of Adam were hopelessly lost. Without Jesus' blood, forgiveness could not be won. The price was more than anyone in heaven could have dreamed. Michael and Gabriel looked on in awe. God's Son was going to die. Lucifer waited expectantly for the birth of the Sun Child. He would have to be killed, of course. There could be only one king over the earth. When the child was born, he would be there, and the Sun Child would surely die. The Son's 34 years on earth were complete. He looked to the heavens, and in intense anguish he said, "It is finished." Michael and Gabriel looked on silently as the Father turned his face away from his Son Child on the cross. Now the silence around the throne was deafening beyond human comprehension. 3 days later in the stone grave, the figure in grave clothes began to move. Michael and Gabriel stood by as the breath of life began to sustain him once again. Though the body was no longer dead, the deep scars were as plain as the light of day on the risen Son's hands and feet. Lucifer had failed. Death had been cheated in a huge way. The 4,000-year-old kingdom of Satan had begun to crumble. Over 2 millennia had passed. The first Christ followers had fulfilled their assignment. The good news had taken root in the world. The bridge of light had seen a steady stream of millions of souls. As the last living soul crossed the bridge, the heavens ripped back like a scroll. The faithful and true warrior rides through the skies of the earth. He is clothed with a robe dipped in blood, and on his robe and on his thigh is a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Then I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried out with a loud voice, "Come, come, come. Assemble for the great supper of God. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to tell you these things for the churches. I am the root and the descendant of David, the bright morning star. The Spirit and the bride say, Come. And let the one who hears say, Come. And let the one who is thirsty come. Let the one who wishes take the water of life without cost.